Lieutenant Todd Kinley has been with the University Heights Police Department for over 30 years, but now his law enforcement career hangs in the balance. In the early morning hours of June 7th, University Heights Police Lieutenant Todd Kinley was leaving a concert at Blossom Music Center. Reports show he was involved in a car accident. A deputy with the Summit County Sheriff's Office then arrested Kinley for driving under the influence and carrying a weapon while under the influence. The probable cause affidavit states Kinley was carrying a .38 revolver at the time. Records show Kinley refused to take a breath test. He pleaded not guilty to both charges. University Heights Police Chief Dustin Rogers sent 19 Investigates a statement saying in part, "This matter is still being administratively investigated to assess policy compliance, and the employee has been on administrative leave."
It was initially called a tragic accident by the director of the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections.
We were out here training, and we were doing training, and he was just shot.
Lieutenant Rodney Osborne was shot and killed during a training exercise on April 9th at the Corrections Training Academy in Orient. Autopsy records show the 43-year-old was shot in the chest. The Ohio State Highway Patrol was called in to investigate and deemed Osborne's death a reckless homicide. This is a photo from ODRC of David Pearson, who's now charged in Osborne's death. He's the West Regional Special Operations Commander and has worked for ODRC since 2005.
A misdemeanor is not accountability.
Mark Kittrick is representing Osborne's family.
They're extremely distraught, upset, frustrated at basically a charge that is a misdemeanor. And certainly no one's life is worth a misdemeanor, especially Lieutenant Osborne's.
Kittrick is hoping to learn more about Pearson's alleged involvement when he's arraigned on August 7th. He says getting details about this investigation has been challenging.
We don't know anything still. They won't let us get an unredacted report. We can't talk to witnesses. So you can imagine how frustrated the family is.
Lieutenant Rodney Osborne had worked for the Department of Corrections for 13 years and was named the Employee of the Year just before his death. He was a beloved husband and father. Kittrick says his family is eager for some kind of justice and accountability.
Good morning and welcome to the Bad Apple Report. It's 7:30 a.m. bright and early right here at home on the range. Thank you so much for being here today, folks. We've got bad apples, and we're going to start with this retired chief sheriff's deputy. So I'm not sure if that means it's the sheriff deputy that belonged to a chief at one point, or if this chief is considered a sheriff's deputy. He's a retired chief sheriff's deputy charged with sexually abusing teen employees over the years. Those employees. Couldn't just make him take out the trash 3 times a day, huh? Okay, more than a dozen felonies have been filed against a retired San Juan County Sheriff's chief deputy accused of child sexual abuse. Okay, he's a chief deputy, not the chief's deputy. Grayson W. Red, 74. Oh, he's an old guy of Monticello, was charged Friday in 7th District Court with 3 counts of simulated RAPE of a child and 3 counts of aggravated sexual abuse of a child, first-degree felonies, 8 counts of forcible sexual abuse, a second-degree felony. This guy. Prosecutors filed a motion for Red's arrest warrant to be sealed until he was taken into custody, noting that he is a prominent member of the rural county of San Juan. Oh, he's so prominent, all right. That's why he's gotten away with it until he was 74 years old, you knuckleheads. The defendant has deep family roots to San Juan County. Oh, well, he's just tarnished that now, hasn't he? His name is Mud now. He's well known among the locals. He's a retired chief deputy from the... Oh, this is a case that the moment any information is made public, it will be instantly widespread across the news, both local and national. Oh, right. 3 boys who were employed by Grayson Red during the summer months dating back to 2003 were abused, according to charging documents unsealed on Monday. The abuse happened over the course of a couple of years with each victim, the charges state, and the boys were primarily in their teens when the abuse occurred. Red retired from the sheriff's office in 2011. Oh, he thought he was going to get away with it. Due to the nature of the case, the position of the defendant in the community, and the prolonged duration of the charged behavior in the San Juan County Sheriff's Office and San Juan County Attorney's Office want to encourage anyone who may be a victim of Mr. Red to contact. Oh, there's many more victims, I'm sure. Okay. Grayson Red is the father of Brian Red, who is the executive director of the Utah Department of Corrections. Oh, my goodness. Well, he can visit his dad when he's at work. All right. Corrections spokesman Glenn Mills gave a brief statement Monday saying he and the family just heard about this and are trying to process what is happening. Wellity, well. Mills also added that the director understands the criminal justice process and supports it moving forward. Yes, indeed. Okay, moving on with the show.
You're detained. Come here. You're under arrest. You're under arrest. All 5 of you. Yep, you are under arrest.
Well, Broken Arrow Police Sergeant Michael Ferguson has been fired after that incident, and this comes after an internal investigation on the arrest you just saw.
Good Day Oklahoma's Mackenzie Richmond has the latest in this investigation. Mackenzie?
Yeah, Shelby Wayne, this initial arrest that you just saw actually took place back in May. Now, Broken Arrow Police Department say they were initially called out to respond to a parking violation in a Broken Arrow neighborhood in a cul-de-sac. But as you just saw, it quickly turned into something more. Now, take a look at this video right now on your screen. This body camera footage was released just about a week after the initial arrest. After seeing the footage, Broken Arrow Police say they immediately launched an internal investigation. According to Broken Arrow Police, Sergeant Michael Ferguson was responding to a home for a parking violation. In the body cam footage, you see Ferguson speaking to the vehicle's owner, who was reportedly doing lawn work in the area. Officers determined his vehicle was not obstructing traffic into and out of the neighborhood cul-de-sac. Body cam footage then shows Ferguson speaking with a resident who initially complained about the worker's truck in the roadway. Throughout the video, Ferguson makes clear he has had previous unfavorable encounters with the resident they refer to as Richard McMahon. According to the body cam footage, the officer ultimately determines McMahon would be ticketed for a parking violation after he allegedly moved his vehicle in front of the lawn worker's vehicle to block traffic into and out of the cul-de-sac. The officer and McMahon then got into a confrontation, and McMahon was ultimately arrested inside his home.
Now you're under arrest for resisting arrest, obstruction, and a parking violation.
Okay.
All right, don't move so I can get these locked.
I never resisted you to begin with.
Yes, you did.
All 5 of you hit me.
It's all on body cam, sir.
Yes, you did.
That footage and the investigation was ultimately reviewed by the Broken Arrow City Manager's Office, who ultimately decided to terminate Ferguson's employment with the city of Broken Arrow. Now, Broken Arrow Police Department say they are not making any further comment at this time on the incident. Reporting live from Broken Arrow, Mackenzie Richmond for Good Day Oklahoma.
Okay, we've got another cop doing domestic violence charges placed on administrative leave. Okay. This guy, what are you, bringing your work home again, buddy? St. Gabriel police officer arrested. Okay, Gonzalez, an officer with St. Gabriel Police Department, was arrested for domestic abuse, according to the Gonzalez Police Department. Okay. Officers were dispatched Friday at 2 p.m. in reference to a disturbance. As a result, Ronald Monroe Jr. was arrested. Oh, Monroe. Monroe was arrested for domestic abuse aggravated charges. Oh. Domestic abuse battery and resisting an officer. Monroe was previously arrested for domestic abuse charges. Oh, he hadn't learned his lesson. He received a guilty verdict for simple battery as a result of the case. Oh, Monroe. The St. Gabriel Police Department said Monroe was off duty at the time of his arrest and that he has been placed on administrative leave without pay. Oh. Pending the conclusion of criminal administrative investigations, Officer Monroe has been employed with the St. Gabriel Police Department Uniform Patrol Division, serving as always one of these canine guys. Okay, those guys are out of control, obviously. Ronald Monroe Jr. arrested. No pay for you, goofball.
Our top story, a beloved dog shot dead at the hands of a sheriff's deputy.
It's just devastating. There's no other words for it. He shouldn't have been on my property.
Now a family is demanding answers. Tonight, the St. Francis County Sheriff's Office confirms one of its deputies shot and killed a dog on Sunday. Good evening, I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Kelly Jackson. The animal was an emotional support dog for a Farmington man recovering from brain tumor surgery. 5 News Side's Megan Kernan spoke to the heartbroken family tonight. Megan.
Kelly and Mike, the dog was named Nala. The The St. Francis County Sheriff's Office tells us the deputy was on the Farmington couple's property on Sunday looking for ring camera footage after a burglary happened on their street earlier that day. Tonight, we hear from Nala's owners who want the deputy to be held accountable.
That's why the police officer was here in the first place. He wanted to see if he could use our camera footage. We didn't have any.
It was a normal Sunday afternoon. Diana Dollin says her husband Scott was in the backyard when a St. Francis County deputy pulled in their driveway and started walking to the front door.
My husband heard the shots and came running around, and there she lay. He had already shot her. He immediately started saying, "She bit me."
Nala, their 2-year-old chocolate lab, had just been shot and killed. Diana says Nala had never been violent and was even wearing an invisible fence collar.
She'd never been aggressive a day in her life. She'd never bit anyone. After it happened, there was no remorse. It was still, I did what I had to do, too bad type of attitude.
Nala, who had just given birth to a litter of puppies, was more than just a dog to the Dollins. She was Scott's emotional support animal. She was family.
My husband had a brain tumor. He had surgery. Nala had been there with him through all of that. She slept with us every night.
Diana's dad lives next door and ran over to their house right after the shooting.
Nala welcomed everybody. All her dogs welcome everybody. But the way they do it is they jump up on you, you know, and their tongues wagging, and they greet people like that. And I'm sure that's what happened, and if he has a mark on him, he's got a scratch mark.
The county says there's no dash cams in our vehicles. There's no body cams for St. Francis County. That's not acceptable. It's just devastating. There's no other words for it. He shouldn't have been on my property. I'm here to get justice for my dog. That man does not need to have a gun. This does not need to have been to anyone else.
Now, we reached out to the St. Francis County Sheriff's Office today, who confirmed the deputy shot the dog after he says he was bit. Right now, they're waiting on reports from the Farmington Police Department, who had officers respond. Now, we are not sharing the name of the deputy since he hasn't been charged with the crime.
Folks, you know, I've come to believe that cop depravity is different from normal depravity. You know, it's more assertive. They're very creative with their depravity. This Brewster police officer's Snapchat leads to arrest, administrative leave. They say it's offensive. Ooh, so offensive. Orleans, a 46-year-old Brewster police officer accused of possessing and sending out child X abuse materials, pleaded not guilty Thursday morning in Orleans District Court. Matthew B. Marshall was also arraigned on charges of defacement of real or personal property, unlawful communication of recorded information, and photos taken outside of first responders' official duties. Okay, so let's listen to this, to which he also pleaded not guilty. In one of those incidents, authorities allege Marshall is shown on video urinating all over the inside of a restroom of a Dunkin' Donuts, including the sink, door, and handles. That's a cop for you. That's what they do. See, they're assertive with their depravity. He was arrested on Wednesday afternoon after his duty shift. I wonder what he did all day on his duty shift, and the day before, and the weeks and the months and the years before. All of this type of stuff and a whole lot more. Okay. He was arrested by the Massachusetts State Cyber Crimes Unit Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. Oh, that's rich, according to Cape and Island District Attorneys Robert Gil-Balil. Okay, on May 3rd, the Massachusetts State Police received a tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children on behalf of the social media messaging app Snapchat. Snapchat had identified an account possessing 2 videos containing child X abuse materials. Assistant District Attorney Courtney Scalise told Judge Robert A. Welsh, "Oh no, you're in trouble now, buddy." Second video was sent to 5 other Snapchat users, probably cops, his cop buddies, according to Scalise. What did investigators find on Brewster's police officer Snapchat? While searching the Snapchat account for other images of child X abuse materials, investigators found other videos and photographs depicting apparent crimes. What crimes might those be? They applied for a second search warrant and expanded their scope. Ooh, they got their guy. The basis of this was there were videos depicting the defendant entering into what was later determined to be Dunkin' Donuts and urinating all over the inside of the bathroom, on the sink, on the handles, on the door. Idiot. Investigators determined the act had occurred at a Dunkin' Donuts on Route 28 in Yarmouth on May 3rd. They recovered surveillance showing Marshall entering and exiting the men's bathroom for about 90 seconds while wearing his Brewster police uniform around 9 a.m. This coincided with the timestamp on the video, said Scalise. Other Snapchat videos and images showed and appeared to be criminal justice information system licensed photographs. One video included audio with Marshall's voice narrating and making derogatory remarks about the person whose photograph was displayed, according to the report. Typical cop sicko behavior. Another 3-second video appeared to have been taken inside a home during a Brewster police call for service. It showed an elderly man with some type of diminished capacity and his buttocks and genitals exposed and a diaper around his legs, according to Scalise. The man did not seem to be aware he was being recorded, and the video did not appear to have been taken for a law enforcement reason, he said. Cruel cops. And in an interview with state police on July 24th, Marshall took ownership of the Snapchat account and added that the account was hacked and deactivated months ago while working in detail with Yarmouth. According to the report, he denied knowledge of the images of the child X abuse material. The Commonwealth has given you a long recitation of what they see as the facts of this case. However, I would just remind the court of all these facts or allegations. Mr. Marshall is innocent until proven guilty in this matter. Mr. Marshall is someone who has absolutely no prior criminal record, flying under the radar as a cop, in my opinion. A long career in law enforcement, which in my opinion also means he's an instant criminal. Okay, that's my opinion, said attorney Robin A. J. blah, 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 representing. Okay, bail was set at $1,000 as conditions of release. Oh, bail was set at $1,000. Are you effing kidding me? What the hell? As conditions of release, Marshall must have no contact with children besides his own daughter. You know, why go down the road when you can go down the hall, am I right? Okay, surrender all firearms and allow probation to randomly search all the electronic devices capable of accessing the internet. Marshall did not speak with the media when he left the courthouse. Okay, Brewster Police Chief Heath Eldridge immediately suspended Marshall's license to carry a firearm, took away his service his weapon and placed him on administrative leave. The allegations against Matthew Marshall are offensive. Oh, is that all? It is offensive. F you. That's offensive. Absolutely not in line with the policies. Oh, it's not in line with the policies. But let me check the department handbook just to be sure, said Eldridge in a statement. These actions do not represent, oh, yes, they do, the standards of the hardworking. Of course, this guy's a long-standing member with no prior criminal record. He's just like you and the rest of your guys there. You know, Chief, what's your name again? Eldridge. Okay, Eldridge. Marshall was hired by the Brewster Police Department as a dispatcher in 2005 and quickly just became just like all the rest of them. In 2007, he became an officer. He's been relieved of duty, and an internal affairs investigation is underway to determine his employment status, according to the department. Oh, well, they need to just give him a promotion, make him the cop of the year, because he's just like the #1 dude now, right? Eldridge has also notified the Massachusetts Peace Officer Standards and Training Commission that post may take effect. Yeah, they may come after his certification to work as a police officer. No, they won't. No, they won't. They will not. I guarantee you that. And that's my opinion. Look at this goofball. Hey, that's your guy right there. Okay, and that's going to wrap up your report for this Sunday, July the 28th of 2024. Okay. You guys are awesome. You know it. I know it. And everybody knows it. Okay. And so I'm going to whip up another batch of bad apples just for you. And we'll see you right back here at 7:30 a.m. bright and early. Have a great day, folks.